Hello, welcome back. I'm Vicky and I'm currently in France with my mum, Sue. So I'm staying over here for a couple of weeks, even though it's cold and wintry. I normally come in summer, but I'm here in winter this time. But I thought I'd have a chat with my mum about how my creativity started, how my sewing started, my mum's creative life and journey as well, and how she inspired me to start sewing and encouraged and bought all the things that I needed as well. So yeah, this is our creative history, I guess.
I think so. Yeah.
So when did you start sewing?
When I was very young, I used to have a little doll, not Cindy, but before Cindy, and I used to make clothes for it.
Same as me.
Yes, exactly the same idea.
Yeah.
And then when I went to college, no, I should say at school first of all, I started making a few things for myself. When I went to college, I did art and I did the needlework and embroidery side of things, and thoroughly enjoyed it.
But you were making lots of clothes as well, weren't you?
I made clothes for myself, I made clothes for friends, and once I had two young daughters, it was perfect time to keep making clothes, right from baby clothes
there's
through.
Some brilliant Christmas photos of me and my sister in matching homemade dresses.
Oh yes.
Very 80s.
Yeah. And bridesmaids dresses.
Bridesmaids dresses. Oh, the peach taffeta with brown lace.
Yes.
Yeah, 1980.
It was very in at the time.
Oh, it was completely
perfect
in.
colour scheme.
It was completely in.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I've seen some of the beautiful dresses you made when you were at college. I've worn a couple in the past.
You have, yes.
I'm not sure I'd fit in them now.
No.
But I think that's testament to your sewing skills.
Thank you.
Clothes you made in the 60s were still
they had relevance
intact
decades
and wearable
on.
and of a style that I wanted to wear in it would have been the 90s, wasn't it, when I wore them?
Yeah.
I'll have to try and find some pictures.
Yeah.
Actually, I was at my dad's house the other day and we were sorting through. He's got lots of old photos, and there was a picture of you and him together at my grandpop's birthday, and you were wearing a red dress that I recognised because I've worn it decades later.
Yeah.
Do you know where it is now? Have you still got it?
I don't think I've got that one anymore.
Oh, it's a shame.
I think I gave it to a friend who was going to a ball and wanted to wear it. So
excellent.
it was given
really
a third use. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Absolutely.
That's so amazing. And I think that's one of the joys of being able to sew is that you're not constrained by fashion and what's in the shops. You can really design and make.
Well, that's why
anything.
you started sewing.
It was
at the age of about 10. You did not want to look like your friends. You wanted to be individual.
Yeah.
I'm not joining the blue jeans brigade. I'll have dark red jeans, and I don't want a t-shirt like that. I want to make my own top.
Yeah. I remember looking through. You had all the Golden Hands craft magazines.
That's it.
I remember going through those and doing macrame and doing all the other crafts in them.
Yeah.
But I ignored all the sewing ones because I was like, I don't want to make clothes. And then somehow I discovered that love as well. And then went back through and started doing.
Do you remember the first garment you made for yourself?
I made a blue crepe de chine dress. I remember that.
Before that, you made a handkerchief skirt.
Oh, it was black.
Yes, literally just a square.
Yeah, with lace around the edge.
Yes.
I'd forgotten about
and
that.
A hole in the middle to make a waist.
Yeah.
You put in a zip.
Yeah.
And that was your first ever garment for yourself.
That's right. Goodness.
I think you were about 10 then.
Yeah. Literally, you showed me how to cut a hole.
Yeah.
Put the zip in and put a waistband on, and then we hemmed the square, and I sewed lace around the edge.
You did. You even sewed it on by hand.
Yeah. I've made all sorts of clothes, but back then a lot of them were awful, or I didn't know how to size them properly, so I'd end up with something that didn't really fit me, or I didn't know about choosing correct fabrics.
True.
Or there weren't the correct fabrics available either. So
I've made mistakes with using wrong fabrics many times over.
it's easily done, and a lot of it comes with experience. Knowing what's going to work and how it's going to hang, and sometimes even now you can choose something and make it up and it doesn't work like you expect it to work. So and
at least when you made it yourself, you can adapt it. You can change it into something else.
Exactly.
The dress doesn't work because the top doesn't fit, becomes a skirt.
So
trousers can be made back into a skirt as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's lots of different ways you can alter things and salvage it after a mistake.
Oh yes.
Unless it's too small, then you're a bit.
Yeah.
That's a little bit harder.
Then you get envious friends coming round.
Oh,
Where did you buy
yeah,
that? Where did you find
friends
that?
asking to make them things.
No,
and
I
people
didn't.
who don't sew don't understand how long it takes
Oh no,
to create something, do they?
absolutely not.
Mum didn't just sew clothes. You've also been, as far back as I can remember, you've also done so much embroidery and beadwork and surface decoration, and you taught me a lot of that as well, and that's really inspired my love of embellishments. And you always had beautiful boxes of beads. You've still got some of the beads you had from college. We were looking through them the other day and found something you've had for decades.
From the bead shop in the 60s, a visit to the bead shop in London. I can't remember which street it was in. And at the end of the day, you can guarantee with beads, you drop one or two as you're dealing with them. They used to have what they called sweepings, and they would sweep the floor, get rid of the dust, and sell the beads off as a mixture, cheap and cheerful.
Yeah,
and I've still got
pay someone to put every bead back individually.
I've still got a box of my sweepings.
I remember them. It was like a little treasure box because it had sequins and beads and all lots of little odd bits. You go in there and find a little treasure to put onto anything you were working on.
Fabulous.
So when I started making wedding dresses, Mum used to do a lot of embroidered flowers for me, free machine embroidery flowers. I had them on my wedding dress, and I had lots of clients who absolutely loved your flowers, and because they were handmade, we could change the size and the shape and the colour. We found a box of those the other day, didn't we, as well?
I've got quite a few. Yeah, it's just 2 or 3 samples from each of the different ones that we used. Yeah,
really beautiful.
Fabulous.
And did them on tulle or organza, so they were really fine. And then we put some Swarovski beads or crystals in the middle when we sewed them on.
We did.
Yeah, they were so beautiful. So lucky to have had you to help me make those extra bits for clients. So
I'm so glad you were wanting to do the same things. That was a thrill.
I tried to do some free machine embroidery, probably about 5 years ago now, and my machine wasn't up to it, and I blew up my foot pedal and it started smoking. So, and I haven't tried again. So I've actually got a new machine now. So that old cheap machine died as well. I managed to get a replacement foot pedal, but the machine's dead now. So now I've got a new one. I need to give it a go. It's on my big long list of crafts and things to try. But yeah, it's such a great skill, and you can create such beautiful, delicate things with them.
Any shape, any design, any colour, any size, literally.
So what's your favourite thing you've ever made? Or embroidered? Or embellished?
To be quite honest, I think it was the flowers I did for your wedding dress and your 2 bridesmaids' dresses.
Yeah. I'll put some pictures up so you can see them.
Which I made in England and then transported over to Australia for you.
And then coordinated all the fabrics and the threads.
Yeah.
And then when you arrived, we sewed them on. And the bridesmaids' dresses were from Monsoon in the UK, and we added flowers and crystals to those. Yeah, they were beautiful.
Very right.
I've still got all my spares somewhere. I need to make a little. I'm doing a gallery wall in my new house. I want to get some shadow boxes and put things like that.
Oh, lovely.
Shadow boxes on the wall as little keepsakes.
Yeah.
It's nice having pictures, like wedding pictures up, but I like to have the details up as well. I think they're really pretty.
I've still got in frames 2 sketches that you did of wedding gowns, and then we stuck some of the little flowers around the pictures, around your designs rather, inside the frame.
I've done that for
still
clients.
Got those. Yeah,
occasionally as well. I made a wedding dress for a friend last year, and we actually used her mum's old wedding dresses. And her
beautiful.
Married twice, and we used both of those dresses and her grandmother's wedding dress, and we took them apart. We added some new fabric and we added some new beads, and there was lots of different lace on them. So for both the mum and the daughter, I made a little frame with all the little pieces of the old fabric and the new fabric as a sort of family keepsake of all 3 generations together. It was
wonderful.
It was really pretty. So yeah, that was a fun dress to do.
Yeah, I bet.
Quite stressful there, because when you're making something from new fabric that you've bought, if you mess up, you can buy it again most of the time.
Oh yes,
when you're cutting
original fabric, yes.
Someone's went 3 family heirloom wedding dresses. That's stressful. I made all the pattern pieces and I pinned them on to make sure it worked before I cut them out. And then the thought of I was having nightmares about having a piece flipped around and cutting the fabric the wrong way. But it worked. If we did it, it worked.
Excellent. And you made my second wedding dress, didn't
I
you?
did, yeah.
Yes.
That was one of my first ones I made.
Yeah, I think I've got the very first Devotion label on.
Yeah, I was called Devotion back in the UK before I moved to Australia and became Rockstars and Royalty. Yeah, made on your living room floor.
Yes.
Didn't really have space to do much more.
Sewing machine in my bedroom window.
Yeah. Long before I had a business or a shop.
Yes.
So, yeah, we've done so much together over the last, 40 plus years since I started doing little crafty things as a kid.
You used to make cards and stick things on them. That's where some of my beads disappeared too.
Yeah, and now my daughter's doing that.
Oh,
She's inherited the crafty gene too.
Yeah, oh, she loves painting as well, doesn't she?
Oh, she loves, absolutely, super creative. She's definitely inherited that through our side of the family.
I think so. I think she has.
But yeah, we've made so much together over the years and inspired each other, and it's nice to have someone creative to talk through the design process with and run ideas through.
Even if it's at a distance.
Yeah.
France to Australia. We can still come up with ideas and discuss them with each other.
Exactly. And you've got a whole craft stash upstairs. Ideas ready to work on when you've got time. So still going, still creating.
Autumn leaves, tree bark, heaven only knows what.
I think once you're creative, you can't turn that off, can you? You can't stop thinking about creative things.
The ideas that are in my head that should be down in sketches on paper, I really should do that one day.
Yeah, write things down, make a note, or even on your phone, just make a note on your phone so you don't forget what you're thinking of.
Just need the sketch ideas.
Yeah,
and
a little sketchbook, and then keep a small one about, and then you can just write things down when you think of it.
I see garments, people on television, people in videos, and I say, oh, I love that. Now, if I did that with just that little tweak there, that would suit me.
It would. It would.
Like seeing the coat made from a complete circle once. Yes.
That sounds amazing.
And it was a winter felt-like coat, complete circle. You would have to imagine the circle with the top quarter folded back to make a big collar.
Oh, yeah.
And then the sides came around, a bit like a cape.
Yeah.
So
but they put sleeves in.
And they cut it to make sleeves out of the cape. It was beautiful.
That's a puzzle working out patterns, isn't it? Sometimes when you see things and you have to try and think, how on earth did they actually pattern that? It's a lot of trial and error to figure out the patterning for things.
That coat is stuck in my head. And one day I'll experiment, even if it's only a doll-sized version of it. See what I can do.
You can use paper to figure out your patterns. With a bit of paper and a bit of sellotape is a good way to figure out
the first ideas.
For that. Yeah, especially with something like a circle, to then fold it and tape it around and see what you can come up with. You have to send me pictures when you've done it.
Okay, right, that's a challenge.
I think I've set a challenge.
The other thing I've got upstairs is a bag with about a dozen or so old dressmaking patterns. Styles from the sort of 40s, 50s, 60s.
Yeah, brilliant.
And some of those are so lovely.
Oh, they're amazing. I've got lots of old patterns.
I don't have the waist for them nowadays, sort of Dior style. But
no one's got a waist like that. So.
But the overall principle of the necklines and how to give fullness without actually having to gather things, other ways of doing it. It's just so many ideas that, although I've done it a lot of sewing, I've not thought of. Yeah. Oh, why didn't I come up with that idea?
Yeah, old patterns are brilliant. I found some really good ones in charity shops recently. They're $1-2 each. It's incredible. Lots of 80s ones, which makes me happy. Well, thank you. Thank you for having a chat and talking.
Oh, not at all.
Yeah, it's been a nice little trip down memory lane talking about some of the things we've done together. I'll see what pictures I can find to add to the video so you can see some of the things we're talking about. And I think, it might be nice when I get back to Australia to find my box of flowers that you've made.
Oh, yes, please.
And I'll see if I can have an experiment and do a little bit of embroidery and see if I can recreate something or do something to add to them to make a little something or another.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I've got a big birthday coming up in a couple of years.
You
could do me a souvenir, couldn't you?
That sounds like a really good idea. There's a challenge, right? Mum's birthday, not next year, the year after.
Yeah. Perfect.
Something handmade and fabulous. Challenge accepted.
Brilliant. There you are.
Amazing.
You've got evidence.
I've got evidence.
You have to do it.
Fabulous. Excellent. Well, thank you so much.
Oh, not at all.
It's nice to be able to overhear and creating with you again, because it's
brilliant.
Normally when we come over, everyone's here, all the family's here. It's all very busy.
Yeah.
So it's nice to be here.
To just you and not
just
the rest
me.
of the family around.
and have it that quieter time where we can sit and create together.
Absolutely.
Right.
So let's
Let's
go
make
it.
some Christmas decorations.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.